Have you ever found yourself longing for some kind of mental rush? Maybe you just call it fun, or maybe you have some sense of awareness that it's actually maybe more like chaos. Or maybe you just really have this pull toward arguing. Like you just love to argue. Or maybe you just know someone that loves to argue or really just loves to stir things up and create some kind of drama in any way that they can. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to break the drama cycle. There is such a thing as an addiction to drama. And we need to be able to differentiate that from real healthy fun and excitement, which we also need in our life. So I'm going to talk about what that difference is and what you can really do to stop the cycle of your addiction to drama if you have it, or maybe you know someone who happens to have an addiction to drama. And if you do, they're probably affecting your life in a really big way. I'm Ketra Thompson, and I'm a certified master hypnotist and a life recovery coach. So before we jump into this, I just want to mention that below in the description, you will find a link that will allow you to visit my website, find out more information, but also to set up a complimentary consultation call. This call is completely free, but it allows you and I to have a time and space to discuss what's going on with you, see if we're a good fit to work together, and really help you get clarity on where you are in your life right now and what those struggles are. So be sure to check that out. I also want to mention, please, if you're new to this channel, click subscribe so you can be notified every time I post a new video, and be sure to give a thumbs up and like the video if you find this content helpful. So when someone's addicted to drama, what happens is they will go after it. They'll create drama in any way that they can, because what they're trying to do is stimulate certain chemicals in their brain to be released to feed that addiction. So they'll create chaos, pick fights out of nowhere, really relish in arguing or playing the devil's advocate, all kinds of things like that. But they can also create drama in other ways in their life as well. It can even look a little bit like getting sucked into really dramatic news stories, being overly involved in whatever the political landscape is at the time, and really like deep diving emotionally into that. It can also mean obsessiveness with other things, sports events, or anything that really drives some kind of drama that creates an issue for them to argue about. But a lot of times it plays out in an intimate relationship and creating that drama between that person who's addicted to the drama and the person that they're in an intimate partnership with. So I just want to reiterate how much this can take different forms. And some of it can look like staying so busy that you don't have time to sit with your own feelings and creating that chaos so that you not only get that rush, but that you also create so much of a whirlwind in your life that you don't have to sit with how you feel and you don't have to deeply connect with the other people in your life. Of course, creating arguments over nothing plays into creating that distance and creating drama as well, but also just making assumptions and making excessive accusations of someone else is another way to create sort of this drama cycle, so the other person gets defensive and then an argument starts and those chemicals get released. So as much as a toxic person can do this, the person who's stuck in a relationship with a toxic person who's creating this drama and addicted to the drama can also become addicted to the drama. What happens is they will take the bait. Taking the bait when someone else is trying to stir things up, trying to create an argument, at first just seems like your attempt to over-explain and smooth things out and make sure you're understood. And the problem is when that keeps going on and it really becomes a cycle, now the other person is addicted to the drama cycle because they are continually taking the bait and engaging in a high-level drama situation or argument with the other person over and over and over. So now they have that chemical release in their brain that they could possibly become addicted to. So there's lots of different roles that people play in this addiction to drama, the addiction to this rush that they get. Sometimes they're playing the part of the rescuer, where they go back again and try to over-explain and fix and rescue and make everything right, which becomes enabling. Sometimes they're the persecutor. They're always picking at, finding fault with. Sometimes they're the victim. And they may truly be a victim, But at some point, they might get into a pattern of playing the victim to then create more sympathy, more attention, and more chemical releases in their brain that then can become addictive, and sort of a pattern of rewiring their neural pathways to continue these patterns to get that release over and over. So regardless of what role you play, the fact is that you're still being led around by your emotional triggers and sometimes your addiction to the chemical release from engaging in drama. You might have a core belief, something in the background of your mind that really tells you that if you don't rescue someone, if you don't engage in proving them wrong about their accusations or whatever, then you don't know who you are. It attaches itself to the role that you've been playing for so long and creates your identity around that role. So when we define ourselves by the role that we play, we end up not being in our core selves. We're not connected to our most authentic, true self. We're wearing a mask, I guess. And this is where a customized hypnotherapy program can really help. It can help you peel away the masks, peel away the identities that you've taken on because someone else has told you this is who you need to be, and you can really connect to your truest, most authentic self, your core self-worth and your confidence, so that you can live in a place of being centered and not necessarily triggered by everyone else's behaviors, accusations, or assumptions. I do this with my clients every day, and the truth is that it's truly about reframing those subconscious patterns so that you can actually choose the way you want to live your life instead of letting those old belief systems run your life. So that part of you that wants to continually complain or wants to really focus on negativity, it becomes an addiction for your brain, and that addiction must be broken, especially if you want to live a different kind of life. And at the same time, who wants to sit around being bored and just thinking that you have to be this calm, zen, perfect person all the time? That's not reality. In reality, we do need fun. So let's talk about what real fun and excitement and engagement looks like from a healthy standpoint instead of an addiction to drama. So what's the key to having fun within the context of focusing on your inner peace, being centered in yourself, connected to yourself, and not feeding into the addiction to drama? Well, the first step in anything is awareness. It's all about having the awareness that you're doing something that's not bringing you happiness, that's not bringing you peace, or that's not leading your life in the direction that you truly want it to go. Instead of saying, this is just how it is what it is, it's how I've always been, this is how I am, take it or leave it. Having a real awareness that something is not right and that you need to make a shift. That's the first step. Having that awareness allows you to interrupt the pattern. Instead of going down that road over and over, as soon as you have awareness, you can interrupt the pattern and tell yourself, stop. Now, I know this can be a struggle if you're not addressing this pattern on a subconscious level because you're just using your willpower at that point, and willpower is very limited. So addressing it on a subconscious level gives you so much more traction and so much more ability to change those neural pathways and catch that and redirect it. So having fun in life without engaging in your addiction to drama is more about allowing fun into your life. It's not so much about creating chaos or chasing after. It's more about allowing fun into your life. And once you've really dealt with those triggers that are driving that old behavior, then finally you can appreciate everything. You can appreciate everyone around you, even in their dysfunction, because you're no longer assigning their opinions and beliefs about you to yourself or internalizing that or engaging in the drama. So it's much more about having a sense of curiosity, having this curiosity about life, about what's to come, about what could be, and then engaging in activities that bring you more life, that stimulate your creativity, that help you attach to that part of yourself that wants fun and excitement and creativity in a really healthy, stimulating way. So when you stop chasing drama, you start allowing the fun to flow toward you in life. Because you're engaged with the world around you, you start noticing opportunities. and you see things that you can really cultivate gratitude for, and you go, ooh, I'd like to try that. Oh, that would be fun. You allow it to flow into your life because you're being perceptive of the things going on around you. And this kind of fun doesn't need to happen at the expense of anyone else. That's a big part of drama addiction. People who are addicted and create chaos, they are doing this usually at the expense of other people, creating some kind of argument or fight that's hurtful and damaging emotionally to someone else so that they can get an emotional high. So real fun in life is never at the expense of anyone else. So when each one of us is truly connected to our deepest sense of self-worth, our confidence, we can finally function in a healthy, connected way that's considerate of others, aware of ourselves, and tuned into our needs and wants. Eliminating those subconscious blocks and those old core belief systems is the most rapid way to reconnect to your truest self, to really create lasting change in your life. So if you're ready, and I mean really ready, set up that consultation call. Your life is up to you. The path you take, the end result, the way you feel, the healing you need, all happens because you decide to make a step in the direction of the life that you want. So I want to remind you, you can also download my free relaxation recording. It is also in the description below, so you won't want to miss that. Set up that consultation call if you'd like to discuss this further and just get a better understanding. And I want to remind you one more time, I always say it, but when you change yourself, you change the world. You change the way that other people react to you. You change the way you engage with other people. You change everyone and everything connected to you simply by changing yourself. So until next time, curate a life by your own design.